Hey guys, so I know it's been a while since I've talked any leak stuff, but there's a pretty big rumor going around right now for a game near and dear to my heart, Super Mario RPG. So I felt like I had to throw my hat in the arena for this one and tell you guys that I actually did hear this rumor before I've seen it publicly talked about last week. So I want to give you guys as much information as I have or if I have heard about this and just tell you what's going on. So publicly, this rumor is coming from Pyoro over on Twitter. Pyoro is someone who has a pretty good track record of getting things right. If you look back through their tweets, I'm not going to go over everything they've gotten correct, but they've predicted quite a few things. The new Samba de Amigo game, Samba de Amigo Party Central, and they also more recently got Everybody Won to Switch correct, and they also predicted Sonic Superstars. So it seems like Pyoro has a pretty good amount of credibility here. I think there's someone who at least has gotten things right in the past, so worth listening to. So they put out this tweet, which is saying there's going to be a hashtag Nintendo Direct this week, which is already exciting enough. But let me go further and read what they actually wrote. They said, in case you were wondering, with wonder kind of highlighted here, not sure why. In case you were wondering what games will be announced in this week's hashtag Nintendo Direct, a new 2D hashtag Super Mario Brothers, which obviously pretty exciting, and remake of a SNES classic. So new 2D Mario game, that's pretty cool. If that happens in a Nintendo Direct, possibly happening this week, awesome. I'd be super excited about that. We got the Mario movie. It's out of the way now, so I feel like it's now time to get over the Mario drought, or at least Mario like mainline 2D games or Mario Odyssey 3D games drought and give us a new 2D Mario announced. That makes sense to me. Nintendo does have a Direct this week. Yeah, I could see that being there. Actually, looking over at Zippo's blog post, Zippo did actually talk about a 2D Mario game supposedly coming out in the 2023-2024 fiscal year, so that would line up with that. But me personally, I hadn't heard anything about that, so it's cool if that happens though. All right, so again, cool 2D Mario game. Nintendo Direct this week, very awesome. Does feel like a Nintendo Direct could happen. We didn't have an E3 this year. It's been a while since we've gotten a Nintendo Direct. I think the last one we got was like at the beginning of the year. So yeah, you know, it makes sense that one could possibly happen here in the summer. All right, the next part though, a remake of a SNES, Super NES, Super Nintendo Entertainment System classic. Well, that one, actually, I can maybe back up a little bit. Last week, I was direct messaged about a potential Super Mario RPG something happening very, very soon. And of course, Super Mario RPG is a SNES game, so that would line up. If a SNES remake is happening, it could be Super Mario RPG. So let me show you guys some of the messages I was sent last week, and we can speculate on whether or not this is actually happening, if we're actually getting a Super Mario RPG remake. All right, so this was on June 9th at 2 in the morning. I was messaged, thanks. I'm just going to be vague about this for now because of what I was told, but I think you should prep your channel for some Mario RPG news, hopefully coming at the end of the month or next month, maybe August at the latest. So obviously that alone was pretty exciting to me, but then they went further and said this. Yeah, maybe if you haven't already, go over any past news. The directors of the old Mario RPG games expressing wanting to make a sequel or going back to the roots. I think they've said that in an interview like last year or something, right? And yes, that is true on the YouTube channel MinMax. Chihiro Fujioka, the director of Super Mario RPG, was on that channel and did express wanting to do something with Super Mario RPG again. Nintendo Everything did an article and wrote, Super Mario RPG director wants to make Super Mario RPG 2. Now, I will say the messages I was sent are from someone who I've never gotten any information from before, so that's why I didn't make a video about it or even really make a big deal about it or anything. It was just someone telling me, hey, this is what I heard, this is the rumor, and, you know, when I get something like that from someone who I have no prior history with, no credibility towards, you know, what they're saying, I just kind of sit on that information and wait and see what happens. But obviously now with Pyoro saying a classic Super NES game getting a remaster, yeah, it's kind of lining up. So that direct message conversation continued throughout the week, and I'll show you a little bit more. On June 10th, they had told me, hey there, pretty sure it's a remake, a very nicely updated one. So yeah, apparently it's not a Super Mario RPG sequel, it is probably a remake. So obviously specifying that this is a remake lines up with what Pyoro is saying, that a Super NES game, a classic Super NES game, is getting a remake. They told me, well, I think a Direct is coming the end of the month, and everyone will know. They said, definitely don't leak that outright, but I'm telling you, I guess, because I want to excite a fellow Mario RPG Geno fan, and I guess I want to give back somehow for all the joy I felt when watching your videos. And of course, saying a Nintendo Direct was going to happen this week also lines up with what Pyoro is saying, that a Nintendo Direct is happening this week. So what I'm hearing is lining up perfectly. So again, just a rumor. I was hearing that a direct might happen this week, but again, from someone that has no prior history with me. So Pyoro is now saying publicly a direct is happening this week. So yeah, I feel like the cat's out of the bag. I'm not leaking that one myself. That's just what people are saying. And again, I have no prior history with the person telling me this, so I can't really say that as a leak anyway, because I'm, 50-50 on whether or not I believe it. I have no reason to believe it, no reason not to either, though. And now that it's lining up with what Pyoro is saying, either it's true or at least things are lining up. Different sources, different people are hearing, the same rumors. 3 hours ago, Pyoro put this GIF image up, and it is of like a fat Yoshi doing this weird blob effect thing. But keep in mind that a fat baby Yoshi is a part of Super Mario RPG. So yeah, it could be a hint. So far, Pyoro has only said it's a classic Super NES game that's getting a remake, but yeah, there you go. There's a possibility that was a hint towards it being Super Mario RPG, which again would line up with what I was being told last week. So yeah, this could all be coming together. Super Mario RPG is one of the few big titles from the Super NES that is not on the NSO yet, and it's like, kind of weird that it's not there yet, and maybe they're holding off on it because they were going to do a remake this whole time. I will also say that several years ago, I was hearing rumors of a Super Mario RPG, like remake or remaster, and games do sometimes take several years before, a rumor that you're hearing actually turns into something real, it comes to fruition. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm the Gino for Smash, Smash Channel leak guy or whatever. That was the constant thing and stuff. So obviously, if anybody wants to make something up and get my attention, they can just say, hey, Super Mario RPG is going to happen as a remaster. It's getting a sequel or something like that. And obviously, that would pique my interest. So I don't know where those rumors started years ago. I don't know where this new rumor is starting exactly. But the fact it's all potentially coming together finally. Again, keep in mind that Min-Max interview with Fujioka, and also just how much hype Gino got for Smash Brothers. I mean, honestly, that could possibly have gotten Nintendo's eyes looking at Super Mario RPG, thinking maybe we should do something new with this title. And if you've really been paying attention to Super Mario RPG stuff over the last, couple years, a lot of, concept art and stuff has been coming out, as if people somewhere, who worked on the game are digging into the archives for the game. I don't know. I mean, it's just something I've noticed that a lot of artwork for a game that's, over 25 years old has been popping up on Twitter and stuff over the last couple of years. So potentially if they were working on a remake of the game, it would make sense they were going through the old archives and stuff. Maybe that's why a lot of that concept art and stuff is finally coming out, again, 20 plus years later. Alright, well there you go. I really hesitated to make this video at all because I know how hype it is as a big Super Mario RPG fan myself. Obviously, I want Gino in Super Smash Brothers really badly, but wouldn't you know, that actually means I'm a big Super Mario RPG fan. So this is a super hype rumor. Again, I can't really back it up too much because the person who's telling it to me, I have no history with, so I have no prior credibility to fall back on for them. But now that Pyoro is saying, that this is potentially happening, a Super NES classic game getting a remake, and a Nintendo Direct happening this week, well, yeah, it lines up with what I was hearing. So I'm excited. I don't know if I should, restrain myself and hype responsibly or whatever, but I also didn't want to keep all that information to myself that I had heard this is a rumor, specifically Super Mario RPG. So there you go. I'm putting it out there to the world. If it doesn't happen, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just letting you in on the rumors that I'm hearing. And if a Super Mario RPG remaster did happen, and then, Smash came back in any form, I think Gino's chances for getting in Smash would absolutely skyrocket, as he would no longer have what is probably the biggest thing going against him, that he's kind of outdated, irrelevant, whatever. But if he had a recent game happen that had Gino in it, a remake of Super Mario RPG, he would no longer be an outdated character. He would have a current game out there for him. So with his fandom and everything like that, yeah, I think his chances for Smash would be extremely high whenever, Smash Brothers returns. Smash or no Smash, though, as a Super Mario RPG fan, I would absolutely love to see the game remastered. Ever since I saw the Link's Awakening remaster and that just, style and look of it, it really stuck out to me as a style that would fit really well with either Earthbound or Super Mario RPG. So I don't know, I know nothing about this. Again, I have just been hearing this rumor, so I haven't seen anything or anything like that. But if the game had that look to it, or similar style look to that, that would be amazing. I think that would look perfect. It's kind of I always thought the game looked kind of like little clay figures. Whenever they do that kind of 2.5D on the Super NES, it always looked like little clay figures, which again, the Link's Awakening remaster had that look to it. So something like that is what I'm picturing in my head, and if it looked like that, that would be incredible. But alright, I don't want to speculate too much on a rumor until, we actually get this thing announced, if it is happening. If a Nintendo Direct does, in fact, get announced, though, Yeah, I might not be able to hold back the hype floodgates at that point because it would just be lining up way too well with this rumor. So yeah, until then, I'm just going to wait it out, see if a Nintendo Direct gets announced or not. If it doesn't, oh well, whatever, just a rumor. Sometimes rumors pass by like that. But if it does get announced, then yeah, that would be incredible. Geno getting in Smash is something I really, really wanted. Didn't happen. But if we get a Nintendo Direct and we get Super Mario RPG announced, that's like nearly as good. That's like Banjo getting in Smash level of almost Geno in Smash for me. Obviously, as a big Geno fan, Geno getting anything, having a new game or a remaster of his original game, whatever. Super, super excited. So yeah, if you can't tell, I'm very excited about this rumor. So I'm going to shut up now. The information is out there. Hopefully the rumor happens. If it doesn't, my apologies. Again, just a rumor. So yeah, let's just all keep an eye out for a Nintendo Direct. And if one happens, let's get hype.
Remember to like the video, leave a comment in the section below, and subscribe to Papa Geno's!
Twitter, Patreon, Discord, Twitch.